Alright, here we are for match number 1 with Tireless Tribe combo. We're playing against GMAC. We're on the play. See if we get the nut draw. We didn't. This is an easy mulligan. Um, this hand is better. I think I would keep this. Yeah, definitely keep this. We aren't. We don't have either of our combo pieces, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on top. So Ash Barrens is a little awkward as a shuffle effect here because I'm gonna brainstorm, and I'm gonna have to probably brainstorm on my opponent's turn, and then Ash Barrens in my own upkeep. Black deck, alright. That usually means blue-black, but lately it sometimes means red-black as well. Against a black deck, I don't want Journey, and I think I'm actually okay drawing. I don't really need a second probe. Yeah, I don't really need a second probe. So upkeep, gonna cycle this. I'm just gonna grab a plains. It means I can't really cast anything this turn, but I think that's fine. The other option is to grab another island so I can actually cast some stuff, but what I really want to do is brainstorm and then cast a Squadron Hawk, so I'll go ahead and grab a plains. We might draw a blue source anyway. Nope, we didn't. I'm just gonna probe now. Opponent has a bunch of sorcery speed removal. Unfortunately, so Chainer's Edict's not gonna be very good. Oubliette, gonna be tough to get around, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and play that. So, opponent's got nothing. I'm not going to brainstorm into turn here. I want to be able to shuffle one of these gushes away probably with my Hawk. So, let me go ahead and draw. All right. Squadron Hawk's a bad draw, but it's not that bad since I'm just going to put it on top anyway. Okay, I'm going to shuffle away a Hawk and a Plains. Go ahead and grab the rest of the Hawks out of the deck. So we are in an awkward spot where it's going to be pretty tough for me to get through that oubliette with this combo. I'm not even sure that we have almost nothing. So this is why I'm saying like I was saying in the intro, memory lapse might just be better than prohibit because we're gonna have to pay 5 mana to get rid of that oubliette with or 4 mana. We'll have to pay 5 mana because I'll have to play my Tireless Tribe and then I'll have to have 4 mana up to prohibit. That said, I don't have any of that stuff yet, so we'll see what we draw here. Next turn, once our opponent lets this resolve, of course. I don't think we're going to be able to like kill this deck in any way other than with the combo. It's not like Squadron Hawks are going to be able to get there, and they're the only power and toughness in the deck besides the Tireless Tribes. So hopefully I can draw more brainstorms. It's possible I should have actually just maybe held onto my brainstorm until I could get these Hawks, because the Hawks are really good value with brainstorm. You put some of them back in your deck, and then you draw them. Then you brainstorm them into your deck, and then you grab them again with your other Hawk. All right, opponent kind of taking a long time here. Who knows what they're up to? Oh, unfortunately, when you probe somebody, it doesn't show up in the revealed zone because it just says to look at target player's hand. It doesn't reveal their hand, which is pretty annoying that this distinction changes where they go. But I do remember they had a Chainer's Edict, they had an Oubliette, they had a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, and then I believe they had one more land. So those are the 4 cards we know about, and then we don't know about the 5th card. Yeah, because I think I played this probe last turn. I can't even remember. It's not that important, though, to know how many lands they have or whatever. All that matters is I know they have an Edict, and I know they have an Oubliette. Alright, finally let it resolve. Yes, I would like to find all of these Hawks. Thank you. Yes. Okay, looks like I have all of them. Perfect. Alright, let's see what we gotta do next turn. Hopefully they like use their oubliette to be mana efficient. No, Edict. Smart play. An easy play, but you know, a smart play. Alright, so we got the prohibit. I'm gonna go ahead and gush here. We are gonna just probably have to discard some stuff, but that's alright. Okay. I think I'm just gonna play two hawks here, I suppose, so I don't have to discard quite as many cards. We've looked through a lot of cards and are yet to find a Tireless tribe. Okay. This does put me a little bit away from casting this next gush, but I think that's fine. I'm gonna discard one island. Yeah, discard an island. I do need, like I said before, to get to 5 mana in order to counter that oubliette and play a Tireless Tribe in the same turn. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start spewing off some of these Shadow Rifts, I think. So, I don't know. Just Shadow Rift this hawk. Good luck blocking this guy, buddy. This is actually a risky play. I should definitely done on their creature. This is a mistake. Okay. So my opponent could have disfigured my Squadron Hawk, and then I wouldn't have gotten a card draw, so I should definitely done it to their creature. Or I should have at least waited until I had 2 blue up. I am going to run out this other Hawk. I'm going to have enough cards in my hand, I believe, almost no matter what, once I draw my tribe, that, especially with this Gush, it's just not going to matter. Opponent has got a pretty slow clock so far, which is nice for us. They're also moving pretty slowly. I mean, I'm not that far ahead of them on time, but I've also cast, like, I've cast a lot of spells so far, and our opponent has cast only 2, so. If we draw Tireless Tribe this turn, unless they play their oubliette, no? That's interesting. So they get to look at 3 of my cards. I'm going to show them Shadow Rift and 2 islands. I'm guessing they're going to get rid of our Shadow Rift, but all the other cards are more important than the Shadow Rift. Yep. This is an interesting card. I kind of like this in a stompy world, but at the same time, 4 mana is kind of a lot. You can play a lot better cards for 4 mana than that. Alright, well, still can't seem to find anything. We're just gonna keep attacking. I don't know. I don't really want to block with these. It's possible I should have kept all 3 of them back just to save myself the 1 damage. I think I'm gonna, if I can, I'm gonna daze this. Okay. If my opponent let me, I was gonna daze the, what's it called? The Gray Merchant. Alright, so I'm going to take this, and then next turn I'm going to cast Gush just for mana, if I don't find a Tireless Tribe here, which I did not. Obviously I'm not blocking. It's actually kind of ridiculous that I haven't found a Tireless Tribe yet. I've looked through, what, like almost 50 cards at this point, simply just with all my extra, I've shuffled, not quite 50, but look at 22 so far, plus these are both an extra 4, so 26. They're both an extra 2, so that's 26 cards I looked through. That's a lot of cards. So unfortunately, I can't counter the oubliette if I tap 2 Gush and hit the... Alright, if I tap 2 Gush and hit my Tireless Tribe, let's see if they're going to be too scared to cast it. I would probably be too scared to cast it personally if I were them. So I'm not going to play any more lands. Double Journey to Nowhere is pretty bad. At the same time, I can just, I don't know, journey some of their guys, at least one of them. So I'm going to journey this one. It's less power, but I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about the devotion. And then I think I'm going to play this other journey and hold up Counterspell. My opponent looked like he was playing around Counterspell last turn anyway. We're to the point where I'm going to lose even if I draw the Tireless Tribe pretty soon. So what do I don't need to keep all these cards in my hand because I only need to discard 3 cards in order to have lethal. So I do know my opponent's 2 cards. They have a Gray Merchant and they have an Oubliette. The bad part about doing this play is it probably is going to convince them that they should cast their Gray Merchant. Really would have liked to have baited them to use it to run it into my days. Maybe they'll draw like a Sign in Blood. They'll Sign in Blood themselves, and then they will. Maybe they'll Sign in Blood themselves, and then they'll. Okay, they drew a land. They're gonna Edict me. Yeah, I could daze this. Might make them use it again next turn. It's not like I'm gonna be able to daze anything else. So let's just go ahead and cast Daze on it. If it's something they care about, then maybe I should care about it. Alright, get Shadow. Still nothing, huh? It's pretty unreasonable at this point. Obviously I can't, like, and I've only found one of my other combo pieces too. We're getting to the point where they're gonna be kind of forced to just run their Gray Merchant out, and I don't really want them to do that because that's a much faster clock than what they have right now. They do still have both of these. I don't know. I think if I were in their spot, I would still cast one more of these. Like, I don't have a lot of pressure. Even if I counter it, it's like, who cares? But if they know what I'm on, then, like, they should know kind of what I'm playing based on these Shadow Rifts at this point. But maybe they don't. So my best draw would be a Gush into a Tireless Tribe plus another protection spell of some kind. Phyrexian Rager. Yeah, I still can't counter these. Like, I can't afford to prohibit this. I could get pretty punished here if my opponent draws a land and then plays Gray Merchant with that land. Rager is a pretty good draw. Yeah, it looks like, okay, but they're not going to run into another daze. They probably shouldn't. Another land. Yeah, I mean, I'm attacking with my Hawk. I don't know, I think we actually should have probably been able to win this game based on our opponent's draw, but our draw has also been obscenely bad. Witches are gonna... I think that means it's impossible for me to win. Unless they make a big mistake. But again, I have to hold up this prohibit, I think, for the oubliette, so I guess that resolves. Maybe I should have countered it so then I could draw Gush into Tireless Tribe. Not really sure. Okay. Um, Standard Bearer. Okay, so I finally have an answer. Sort of. Standard Bearer. Really need a brainstorm, and then like I can shuffle away these islands or something. Like, I don't know. I think I have to hold back my Hawk this turn to chump block, just so I don't die when he is forced to play as a. So I don't die when he's forced to play as Gary. And even now, I can't even attack because I can't get through unblocked. So if I hit the Rager, that means he can't attack this turn without trading, and I'm happy to do that. I don't need to deal him 1 damage. The more I look at this prohibit, the more I think I probably should have countered this witch, especially since I drew the standard bear. I didn't really quite think about that. I'll see if it comes back to haunt me. I guess this is my... Okay, they're playing oubliette. Yeah, I can't prohibit it because they'll just play their gray merchant if I tap out for that. So I need to hit brainstorm and like a lot of good cards on top of that. Right on time, Tireless Tribe. So I'm still dead, I think. Well, I'll play it. I was just kidding, of course. It was not on time, not even remotely on time. So Gray Merchant is lethal if they just decide to cast it. I have to hope that they play this Edict and use their Witch on their own turn and attack with this. They're looking at the card, it looks like. Still, I really needed to hit a Brainstorm plus this. This is not going to be enough, I don't think. Yep. So I guess I can cast Inside Out. I'll put it on the Witch. I don't think we have anything that can counter this, but only way to one way to find out. This matchup seems kind of like obscenely bad for us. It's possible I should have even just cast this last turn when he used his Witch. Alright, we're dead. Okay, what do I want against this deck? This might be the kind of deck you want Jace's Erasure against. I'll have to think about it. Circle of Protection red is pretty bad. Prismatic Strands is okay, but it doesn't do a lot. Like, preventing damage from them for one turn is not that impressive. Patrician Scorn can kill Oubliette, but we've got our Journeys. We've got Sunlance. The thing is, I don't think that our Journeys, I don't think our Jace's Erasures would have killed them fast enough there either. Because you have to just have dead cards in your deck. At the same time, then you can board out your Tireless Tribe combo and just put in the Jace's Erasure. We're not a very good control deck, though. I don't think that that's what I want to do. This might be a Lotus Petal matchup, too. So let's see what's bad. I don't know, the combo is pretty bad. Journey to Nowhere is pretty bad. I might just keep it the way it is, though. So if I bring these in, I think I'm kind of resigning myself to taking out the Tribe combo. I don't know. I think we should have won that game, so might as well just leave it the way it is. Would I like to play first? Yes, I would. This hand is kind of bad, but I think I'll keep it just in case. We could kill turn 3. I can get these Hawks down as Edict protection. I can kill a bunch of their threats right away. I don't care if I get to rest. That's for sure. Can I just go grab my plane so I can have 6? This matchup seems horrible, by the way. It's kind of a miracle that we're so close last game to winning. Like, if I'd found a tribe in my top 30 cards, I think we would have won that game. But it was like 1 turn, 2 turns too late, pretty much. So, get to take a journey. Then I get to play my Hawk, and I don't even have to discard, so that's nice. Alright, well, might as well play the Hawk. So this is our Edict protection. So Tireless Tribe not getting Edicted. It's going to have to take some targeted removal. It's interesting this deck doesn't have, I would have thought maybe it would have that 1 mana guy that you can sacrifice to protect a creature. Can't quite remember the name of the card, but I would have thought maybe it would have that in it. Another duress. I would probably not recommend doing this as the opponent. I should maybe wait until I'm in a position where I can possibly combo them, rather than just spewing it off on a journey. Like trying to hit one of my inside outs might be better. I guess if they don't have any spells, that's all they can do. So here's an interesting one. I'm gonna cast this brainstorm. If we hit an untapped land, yeah, I can put 2 hawks back in my deck. Then I can cast this hawk, but I think I'm actually gonna play a Tireless Tribe and gonna shuffle my deck with this Terramorphic Expanse instead. So we can win next turn if we draw an inside out. I can also daze them since they're stuck on lands. They kept a 1-land hand, which if they have multiple Sign in Bloods, that might be okay, but this deck really needs 3 mana to get going, not just 2. So I don't know. I mean, Duress is a good card against this, I guess, but I don't know if it's enough like to justify it. Okay, so they drew a Deadweight. That's pretty annoying. They drew exactly a land plus a targeted removal spell that doesn't cost 2 mana only. Okay, cool. Drew another Brainstorm, and then I can, so I think I'll play the Hawk first, actually. And then I'll Brainstorm away the Hawks. It's my only shuffle effect at this point, so it might not be the greatest plan, but that's just kind of that's a lot of card draw that I get to do if I do it this way. So I'm hoping to draw a shuffle effect of some kind when I play this Brainstorm, and I want to put at least 1 hawk back on top. I didn't draw a shuffle effect, so I'm going to go hawk and then island. And I'm going to play this island, I think. I don't really see a reason to hold more islands than this. Let's go ahead and do that. So I guess one reason to hold the island is if he plays a Chittering Rats. Phyrexian Rager. Don't think I care to daze that. So next turn I'm going to play this hawk so I don't have to draw that next hawk. I think I'm going to have plenty of time to use this daze. Like, I'm going to have a lot of chances to use this daze, I think. So I'm not worried about dazing this Rager. Okay, got my hawk, yes. Grab my other hawk. Okay. So we're having the opposite problem this time. I can't draw the switching spell. I think I have enough cards that I could probably play with this island, but I also don't know why I would. I'll just keep that island in hand for now, I suppose. You never know. Nausea, huh? I think I have to prohibit that probably. Just because it turns on all of his Chainer's Edicts, and I don't want that to happen. And I think it's actually possible we could win this game just by beating down with these Hawks. Alright, we drew the inside out, so that makes me regret playing this prohibit last turn. Still, I do think we'll almost certainly be able to win here. I don't foresee our opponent being able to cast like another nausea type effect plus a removal spell for this, and playing around days. Because we're still gonna just kill them with these hawks if they don't get anything else. If they don't get another shrivel or something. Do wish I had a little more protection. If I had that prohibit, we'd be in really good shape, but I don't have it anymore. I wanted to save my hawks. Actually, I don't know if we'd be in good shape because I'd have no hawks in play. Another nausea. That one's fine, but I am going to discard this island. All right. And I can daze a tragic slip. Come on, opponent. So that's 13. So I can save my guy. And I will. I am going to hold up daze since my opponent seems pretty good at having kind of like exactly what they need. Opponent should not attack. Man, I really thought we were going to get there, but I didn't think they would like have another shrivel plus top deck a land plus have a tragic slip. So, see what I draw here. Your probe. See what they have. Hopefully, they don't have anything left. They got like a bunch of gray merchants. Nope, they got a bunch of great stuff. So, need to draw. That's decent. So I can counter one of. No, I can't. I don't have enough. So, I do have to just play this and hope it's enough to get through. I guess if I would have dazed this, I would win probably right here. So that's a little unfortunate that that ended up happening to me that way. Um, I'll do this. All right, Gush is pretty good, but I do need to draw one of my spells that lets me attack. Nope, we're dead. I don't think I have any outs here. I can't attack. I do have a lot of counter spells, so I can keep my Tireless Tribe alive one more turn. Yeah, so I can discard this Circular Logic. This is kind of why we have this in the deck. And I will get to daze the next one if they didn't draw a land to play with it. But I still need to draw a lot. Yep, I dazed that. Man, this is really coming back to haunt me letting this resolve. I mean, if I'd have just dazed that, we would have won the game last turn. Could have won this. I don't know. Could have won like any time. I'll go get another island, I guess. Man, we're so close, too. The last card is an oubliette, so I basically need to use this and find a. We needed to find this last turn. I need to find an inside out this turn right now. Or maybe I don't. Everything keeps being just one card away from where I need it to be. Maybe this deck has legs. I mean, this should be a terrible matchup, and we've been so close to winning both of these. Which is, alright, so like another incredible card. Can't really do anything about it though. Okay, I might as well, I think. No, if I draw a Brainstorm, I don't know. I won't have wanted to thin. And it was one card away again. Man, oh man. And they drew a creature, so I can't even just attack with both of them. Um, I don't know. This is a pretty tough spot. They're going to be able to start witching me. It's going to cost me a card every turn. I can kill the witch with the inside out, but then I won't have an inside out for myself. They still have that oubliette. I'm going to wait one turn. I'm going to discard this Ash Barrens. Well, I'm going to fetch out I'll just discard the island. I'm not going to waste my inside out to kill their witch. I think I'm going to... Alright, so let's go ahead and discard. Discard my island. I'm still going to keep this daze. They have kind of a lot of... Actually, did they just... No, they can still oubliette me. Because they've got exactly enough to pay for days. Yeah. Yep. Alright, goodbye, Tireless Tribe. They're going to foolishly attack. Still no. Still not going to use my shuffle effect, I don't think. Alright, let's probe to see what they have. A tragic slip and another witch. Okay. Well, I pretty much just have to go for it at this point. Gush was a great draw. Need to draw another Shadow Rift or a slip through space. I should have played an island before I did that, so I could daze if I needed to. Probably. I guess I don't need to daze. I know what they have. All right, let's ponder. Shadow Rift, we did it. Holy smokes! I can't believe we were gonna win this game. Shuffle. Nope. Shadow Rift. And I've got exactly enough mana. So the way this works is I don't need to discard until afterwards. Man, oh, I do need this daze because once I switch the power and toughness of this, it's not gonna. It'll be too much. Too much. It will only have one toughness. All right, I cast Inside Out, and I attack. Then I'm gonna have to discard 3 cards. Discarding 3 cards not a problem. Ash Barrens. So it's actually going to increase his power now that I've switched the toughness and power already. Okay. My opponent's got the Tragic Slip, and I have the Daze. Wow, that was an awesome game. We were just so close to winning for so many turns before that, and then that just all happened. Man, my opponent is going to have a lot of dead cards if I take out the combo and just put in Jace's Erasure. I mean, that's got to be what this is for, right? And I just like bring in this whole thing and like take out. Yeah, let's do it. They got like an insane number of removal spells. I'm still gonna keep the Hawks in, but I'm gonna take out the Standard Bearers and the Tireless Tribes. And I might take out the Hawks too. Any of these things only hit my own creatures? No. Arcane Denial. Journey I definitely want. Maybe I will take out the Hawks. There's just a lot of value, so I think I want to keep the Hawks in. Maybe I'll take out some Inside Outs. And maybe some Dazes. I'll take out 1 Daze because I'm on the draw. And I really don't like Daze on the draw. Circular Logic actually might be pretty decent. I got all these things that I have to like target their creatures with, but that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, well I'm going to try this. We'll see if this works out for us. I assume that's what the sideboard plan, the transformational sideboard plan is for. I assume we're supposed to take out the combo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This hand's actually really bad, but we'll keep it. Hopefully they don't have any duresses. They have like double duress, we're in trouble. Alright, no duress this time. Start off with tap land. Okay, they're cycling. So I really need to draw some Sign of Blood's fine. So I really need to draw some card draw, of course. I guess I will get, don't really need a, I'll get a plains, sure. Okay. I got a lot of stuff to slow them down. I gotta make sure that if they cast a Chittering Rats that I have my Ash Barrens ready for my upkeep. This is nice. They don't have, if they don't have a 3-drop. Oh yeah. Man, our draw has been horrendous, and still, they hopefully have just tons and tons of removal in their deck and in their hand. So what I need now is a Brainstorm. I'm gonna play this. I really need a Brainstorm, really bad. Oh boy, if their whole hand is all removal, then we would be sitting pretty if we had just drawn pretty much anything. Probably should have just tried to thin a little bit with this, but kind of wanted to keep some shuffle effects around in case I drew Brainstorm, but I don't really need. I'm gonna shuffle this away at this point now that I drew all these extra lands and stuff. I'll grab a plains with it just so I can double journey at some point if I want to. Combo Witches being gone is pretty good. I'm expecting a Gray Merchant. One of the benefits of keeping this is that Chittering Rats, again, like I said before, I can shuffle away whatever I put on top. Gurmag Angler, huh? We got some answers for that, that's for sure. That is one of the downsides of these erasures, though. They get to play these anglers pretty cheap. All right, I'm gonna shuffle. I've got an instant speed shuffle from my hand at any point that I want. If we had a couple of Brainstorms, we're just gonna mill them all the way out. Go ahead and grab a second plains. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Always yes. So I'm actually not going to play that yet. I'm going to play this Journey. Take out their Angler. And maybe I will cast this Brainstorm right now, actually. See what we can do here. Gonna put 2 lands on top. Should have maybe cast that first just so I could Shadow Rift the Gurmag Angler before anything else happened, but that's fine. Okay, not gonna play this at Terramorphic Expanse. I'm hoping at some point to shuffle it away. I'm just gonna use my Ash Barrens to shuffle. All right, Ash Barrens, shuffle away. An island. This game's going pretty well. It's a pretty nice one. Not amazing. My opponent, I'm sure, has like 100 million billion removal spells. But at some point, we might actually be able to resolve a Shadow Rift on a Hawk. All right, got them all. Just gonna play this this island. So I don't want to cast Shadow Rift on this Hawk because I don't want them to be able to remove it at instant speed, and then I don't get to draw my card. Nobody wants that. At least I don't want that. All right, I've decided this deck is sweet. Sweet, sweet deck. Phyrexian Rager is fine. Mostly because I can't do anything about it. And it gets him one step closer to his doom. Drew another card. Nice. Edict my Hawk. Let's see if my opponent is willing to kill their own Rager to prevent me from drawing a card. And they very well might be willing to do that. The other option, I think I'm actually gonna just play out 2 Hawks next turn, and then I'm just gonna play out some Hawks. Ooh, Gush. Gush is nice. Let's see what we hit with this. Oh yeah. I mill you for 4 more, please. Would have been nice maybe to hit another one of these in there, but I think I'm okay the way it is. Just gonna save ourselves the mana. I assume they just have like 100 removal spells in their hand. So Corrupt is something I do have to worry about. This other stuff, none of it matters. They do have some instant speed stuff that they could use to take out their Rager. If I cast Shadow Rift on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast this. They can kill it if they want. They'll turn off their whole clock though. Alright, nothing there. Arcane Denial is a great one. I thought I had another Shadow Rift. I must not have. Must not have had one. I'm gonna go ahead and journey this. And then I'm gonna play a land, and I'm just gonna discard some more lands. Because I want to hold up Arcane Denial and Prohibit and stuff. Perfectly happy to discard a couple of these cards. I just don't need them at all. I'm keeping my Shuffle effect, not that it matters too much, but want to keep that around if I can. Prismatic Strands is pretty insane here. Yep, our opponent realized that they're done for. I don't really think they were done for if they have some more corrupts in their hand, but I guess they're off it. Cool. We are 1-0 with this Tireless Tribe combo deck. Let's move on to round 2.